Hello and welcome to this demonstration of Hubro Marketing. In this demonstration, I will go through the Instructor Interface and the Student Interface and show you what both you and your students will do throughout the simulation. First, let's go through your Instructor Interface. This is where you plan the simulation, add any content into the simulation, set deadlines, and communicate with your students using the chat feature. Your Instructor Interface is a tool as the educator and provides you with all the flexibility you need to use the simulation in a classroom setting or in distance learning. In Overview, you can start and move the simulation forward, and you can choose when to end the simulation, and you can use this button to freeze your students' screens in order to get their attention. You also have the option to play along as a participant, meaning you manage your own company and compete with your students in the simulation. Here, you also have a concise overview of what the students are doing in terms of the tasks, exercises, and their progress throughout the simulation. You can mark players as absent and reward them with monetary grants, and also see their reports. Now, let's go through the schedule. The schedule is your planning tool. It is where you can set the duration of your simulation and add any deadlines into the game. The schedule can be adjusted at any time, including when the simulation is running. Deadlines, if activated, mean that each quarter of the simulation will move forward at a specific time and date. These deadlines also mean that you don't have to manually move the simulation forward. Schedule is also where you can add your additional content, such as exercises, assessments, and changes in the game. To do this, just go to the quarter you wish to add to or edit and press Add Content. I will now go through the content that you can add. If you want to add additional exercises or assessments, select Exercises. Here, you can choose from our selection of pre-made exercises or create your own. You can create multiple choice, calculation, or text questions. These exercises you create can be saved to be used again and will be added directly into the simulation for the students to complete. In Functionalities, you can add quarterly reviews, which ask your students to answer 3 reflective questions: what they have done, what they will do next, and what they will change. You can also add broadcasts for your students. These are announcements written by you that will appear in the game for the students. They can include video, image, and text information. Lastly, you have the option to add notes. These will not show up in the game for your students, but are for you to use as a planning tool to add into the schedule. Now, let's move on to assessments. The Assessment Center is where you can grade, give feedback, and review your students' answers to exercises they have completed within the simulation. There is an option to download their results in an Excel file. You can make these exercises manually graded, which means you as the instructor go through the answers and grade them and give feedback. These grades and feedback can be seen in the student's interface. Or you can have automatic grading, where there is a passing grade set and the simulation will grade their answers automatically. You can, of course, still have an overview of their answers here in Assessments. Lastly, let's take a look at Insights. Insights is not only for you to see how your students are doing in the game, but it can also be used as a discussion tool. In Insights, you can see the different trends and data in the form of graphs. You can see how each of the groups are doing in the simulation in terms of these different performance indicators. You can see them here. can also take a look at financial and sales insights. Insights is a really valuable tool for you to go through the simulation with your students and allow them to reflect on the decisions they've made and make better ones in the future. Now, let's go through the Student Interface. Down the left-hand side are the tasks and exercises they must complete in each of the quarters of the simulation. Here at the top, they have their current cash and the current year and quarter that they are playing in. I'll show you a few tasks to demonstrate some of what the students will be doing. First is the market analysis, where students have an overview of all their segments. They analyze the market information given and set preferences accordingly, using this rating system. This analysis will stay with them throughout the simulation, so they must pay attention to this and complete it accurately. Next, you have research and development. This is where students make choices between developing additional products or improving their existing products. They have an overview of the cost and how long it will take to complete each project. Students also have a staff management task. This is where they can hire, fire, and manage the staff they have within their company. They can see how much each employee is costing the company and hire staff in accordance with the decisions they're making in other tasks. For example, if they are researching a new market, they can hire additional marketers. All the decisions students make in these tasks help to generate reports, which can be found here. The sales report tells them how much and how well they are selling in terms of the marketing mix, and how much attention they are gaining or losing for each particular segment. Reading these financial reports can be a great way for students to understand the numbers and get to grips with the financials of the business. They can look for deviations and maybe where they are spending a little bit too much cash. So, this covers both the Instructor Interface and the Student Interface. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact your Hubro representative or contact us through our website. Thank you so much for watching this demonstration.